like what you're experiencing, what you're describing rather, is a kind of very fertile ground for the emergence of something we haven't considered before.
Yeah.
Would you think about it like that, Edna?
Yes and no. And the yes is absolutely right. And the gorgeous thing is that the sciences are supporting our understanding and our development of this level of work. And that is absolutely gorgeous. And yet I also want to say there's nothing new under the sun. I think the ancients, with all their practices, have known a great deal of this. So, I'm not a signed up Buddhist or anything,
Okay.
but I've been in touch with the Buddhists over the years from one another, and I think they know a lot. I think their psychology involves understanding all of this. But you're absolutely right that our times require us to understand ourselves better and to be, all that we can be as human beings in whatever context that we're working. And, the contemporary medical field as well is not just one which is developing technologically, which it is, but it's also really beginning to understand a lot more about how the energies in our system operate and how everything's connected and how the whole field out there is affecting our psyche, our bodies. So we are becoming much, much more aware of this. And we need to be, because the environments in which we live, some of them are fine and some of them are absolutely not fine. And we need to be intelligent and diligent about how we place ourselves in a world that is in a big transition, shall we say, to put it mildly.
To put it mildly,
It's a big put it mildly. So what is our voice in that? What is our energy in that? How do we show up? And what's it mean for our work, that we're sitting in the 21st century with somebody in front of us who's deeply troubled, or as a coach would be somebody who's trying to get from A to B and move quickly and yet not lose touch with themselves and all of that, and somebody who's under huge pressure. What's it mean in the 21st century, almost, 20 years down the line in that century now, as opposed to when Freud was starting or Jung was working, sitting with someone? We really need to be intelligent about the different context and what it means for us. So, for example, we might have our little app moment to support the work we're doing with someone or to support ourselves show up properly. But there's so much more than that. I think as practitioners a lot is required of us, and I think we need to be supporting ourselves hugely. I'm from various contexts in my life now. The poem Love After Love by Derek Walcott keeps coming up. I don't know if some people who will be listening to this will know that, but his statement, his invitation is really about feast on your own life. In other words, come back to the self that you are and love that being, and I'm so aware of, I work every day with coaches and coming in from different parts of the world through Skype and whatever, and they're flying all over the place and they've got big contracts and and they're knackered, like we all get knackered, and so there's something about the practitioners that we are. We need all the support and love and care we can give ourselves. I sometimes talk about the practice of profound self-care. I very deliberately use that word profound because there are so many ways that we can care for ourselves, body, mind, and spirit. And I think practitioners at this time need to be hugely resourced internally as well as externally. And all of that feeds into who I am as I work with you, who I am as I sit with you, where the words are coming from in me, what we're creating together that I am very much a part of, that bring our words and bring meaning out of what you and I might be looking at. So I think this business of attending to what's going on in our century and being intelligent, simply being intelligent and responsive is very, very important. And I would underline, feast on your life, really feed your life and feast on your life. And let's be nourished. Let's be nourished practitioners.